Я не хочу убивать человека. Харам.
То есть убивать ты не собираешься?
Нет, что там все равно мне.
Fight like a man. Hands up. Let's get it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of my hands for 25 minutes.
И не было бы рядом охраны. Что им произошло бы?
Да у него команды нет, там один тренер, и то он.
So hard to hit, man. He's got a weird style. It's very weird. Right. It picks you up, and he's really good at moving back away from shots and countering.
Out while the hands are in your face.
Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev sent a quiet warning ahead of a potential UFC 328 with Sean Strickland, making it clear he doesn't intend to seriously hurt him.
То, что фанаты в Твиттере говорят, просто озвучу. Если Хамзат возьмет его сабмишеном, то тут надо будет охране разнимать, потому что ты как будто не отпустишь, говорят. Может такое произойти, Хамзат?
Я не хочу убивать человека. Харам.
То есть убивать ты не собираешься?
Нет, что там все равно мне не дадут его убивать. На улице так. Умер, как умер. В клетке это спорт.
Dana White confirms extra security will be in place for Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland fight week. He also hopes there's no forced face-off between them.
We have Khamzat, we have Sean Strickland. Paramount likes to do that little face-off before the fights. Have you told Paramount, hey, we don't want to do that for Khamzat and Sean, maybe too dangerous, we don't want the fight to happen 2 days too early?
I hope somebody told him that, because that is the case. That is a fact. No bullshit. I mean, we're going to beef up security and law enforcement and everything for that
I
fight.
mean, the press conference is definitely going to be.
All of it. I mean, all of it. Hotels bumping into each other, you know, all that kind of.
Any thought of putting them in separate hotels?
Definitely.
Definitely, 100%.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely going to happen.
A lot made of Josh Hokett this week.
Khamzat Chimaev also reacted to reports of a potential lack of face-off with Sean Strickland, dismissing the idea of a team versus team setup.
UFC сделал недавнее заявление, Дана Уайт сказал, что face-to-face они отменят, чтобы огородить от чего-то большого. Ты как эту новость воспринял? Хотелось бы тебе, чтобы состоялся face-to-face?
Мне хотелось бы подраться. Драться все равно надо.
Просто все знаешь чего, чтобы ты понимал, что я говорю, что ты вот когда увидишь его, сразу разорвешь как будто. Люди еще не знают о твоем спокойствии, видимо.
Я двигаюсь по ситуации.
Вот условно, давай представим. Если бы с командой увидел бы команду Шона Стрикленда и не было бы рядом охраны, что им произошло бы?
Да у него команды нет, там один тренер, и то он.
И то он с тобой лучше общается, как будто.
Лучше, чем все.
Почти во всех боях.
Sean Strickland is also locked in and appears sharp and quick during pad work, showing crisp movement and timing in training. Sean Strickland shows confidence ahead of a potential fight with Khamzat Chimaev, saying he intends to outstrike him over 5 rounds and take control of the bout on the feet.
Fight like a man. Hands up. Let's get it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of my hands for 25 minutes. Great camp, going in this fight strong, healthy, body's fully healed up. Nice going to a title fight, not being injured. I'm stoked, I can't wait.
On the other hand, Khamzat Chimaev has been training intensely, staying fully locked in on preparing to defend his belt. Khamzat also pushed his team through a brutal session, going through 20 rounds of 5-minute sparring in the gym.
A unique mix of fighters coming together, all with one common goal, to make each other better. And I love the mentality that Luke has and Khalil has and Khamzat has, even Armin, which is iron sharpens iron. And they're constantly going into these training camps with the intent to make each other better and giving each other amazing work. I mean, I've seen a day where Khamzat made everybody do 20 5-minute rounds, and then they went and did wrestling drills. And that was later later in the night, earlier in the day, they did a full workout and hit pads. So when you're talking about two-a-days, you're talking about very intense two-a-days followed up by very intense recovery program and eating. So weight, nutrition, training, and then the MMA sparring and the drilling. I mean, they're covering all bases to have one of the most complete camps I've ever seen.
Demetrius Johnson and Michael Bisping call Khamzat Chimaev a dominant wolf, praising his ability to impose his wrestling and control opponents, including his performance against Dricus du Plessis.
Mighty Mouse, Khamzat Chimaev.
A wolf. Like, he comes and does what he does. Like, he has a style that he implements on his opponents, and nobody, like, when he was able to do the DDP, I was like, he out wrestled him. Like, what I would love to see him, you know, spin over doing an armbar, 1000%, but he f***ed him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was trying to finish as well, contrary to what everyone was saying.
I don't know why he gets that
He
right.
was trying to finish the fight.
I think him doing
DDP did a good job of surviving. Yeah, they you know.
I call them jack off punches because you're not boom, like,
He was looking to get a win. You saw Armin every time he went to the corner. Armin kept saying, "Yo, stick to wrestling. This fight's over." I mean, they're trying to get a world title,
Of
right?
course,
At the end of the day,
everything changes.
Bisping, I got one for you.
The
Sean.
man's a monster, though.
Aaron Pico highlights Khamzat Chimaev's exceptional lower body strength, noting his ability to control opponents using just his legs without relying on his arms. He emphasizes how Chimaev's leg control makes him extremely difficult to deal with on the ground.
When you're mixing it up with Khamzat in the grappling, right, what impresses you the most about the way that he grapples?
Well, I've never grappled with him. Usually, most of the time, I just do conditioning with him. But when he was showing me some moves before the fight and stuff, but just how strong he is, but just his positioning. I mean, he can control you like with his legs and just not even use his arms, and just his lower body's just so strong, and just his level of detail with grip. So okay, when do I bring my grip high, when do I bring it low, when do I trip the leg, and just his knowledge and detail was pretty impressive. And I was working on it a lot, trying to do the best I can, and just holding guys down, because my wrestling is very good, and that's one thing I really want to put emphasis on, is holding guys down and just doing damage.
Aaron Pico praised Khamzat Chimaev for his strong work ethic and intensity in training, saying he consistently puts in hard work, stays focused on his job, and brings high energy and seriousness to every workout.
Well, I think Khamzat's gonna win, and I'm rooting for him. But one thing I like being around Khamzat is he's just a guy that works hard. I mean, he just goes and does his job. He loves what he does. He's very intense when he does his workouts. We're always when I'm in there with him, we're pushing each other, but also he's I've said it time and time again, just a very humble guy. He's got a professional team, and before I left to this fight, I said, "Hey, Khamzat, can you show me a few positions? I want to ask you what you do from here," and he was really happy to show me, and just a great guy, really cool, and his whole team is just awesome. So that's motivating to be around him.
Meanwhile, Sean Strickland has been training alongside Alex Pereira ahead of his next fight, relying on Poatan as a key sparring partner. During a recent session, the intensity spiked in the final moments when Pereira landed a clean moment that forced Strickland to momentarily drop his guard.
Today, Sean and Alex are sparring. I mean, Alex is massive. You get Sean in Newark, and then you get Alex in the White House. I couldn't be more proud of my friends. And Sean actually looks lean, which is unusual. He always looks fast. It looks like a toe most of the time. But today, he looks like my middle toe.
We're sparring, and he got me to drop my hand. And at that moment, I just said, "Nah, dude, like, we're done."
Joguei aqui, ó.
He looks like this the entire time. It's like, it's light. We're just gonna spar light.
However, TJ Dillashaw and Demetrius Johnson outline a path for Sean Strickland to beat Khamzat Chimaev, focusing on smart movement, composed defense, and controlling distance.
As long as Khamzat doesn't allow Strickland to go like this and walk him down, then Khamzat beats him. Yeah. But if Strickland walks on Khamzat and able to push him and get him tired, get him to slow down. Then you can see Strickland start to get that jab off. Khamzat gets in trouble. He shoots. Strickland sprawls, big body on top of him. But that's something that Strickland has done to many people, where I didn't think Strickland was going to be able to beat some of the people out there, right?
Yeah, that's true. I just think Khamzat's too strong.
Yeah, oh yeah, 1,000%.
He's too strong, and now he's got the cardio to go along with it. As long as he plays his game and he sets these takedowns up, he can't just shoot blind shot. Like, I don't want to shoot off from here, which he's done it and got away with it because he's so strong. He's very strong. He can shoot a shot from here and still get it. But I want him to get Strickland to start moving his hands and parrying and then shoot my shot. So throwing combos first, getting a shot, keeping the pressure on him instead of vice versa, countering that jab, really working that body.
Demetrius Johnson also reflects on training with Khamzat Chimaev as extremely intense, pointing to his relentless pace, strength, and physical presence that made the sessions far tougher than expected.
Look at you from the Santos studio over there. I see you sparring with Khamzat yesterday, doing a little this, a little that. It's an unbelievable thing, a world tour of sorts.
Yeah, we're out here in California. We're at the Jackson Media House. And last night, Khamzat is working extremely hard. And I mean hard, almost where, I don't miss it. That man is a machine. And so after the video just showed, he just got done working out. And then I was teaching, I was working with his team, just kind of showing some stuff I like to do and how I work on my movement. And then Khamzat was like, come on down, come on, let's move around a little bit. He's so fucking strong and big, man. Like, sometimes I forget that I'm 5'3", but I have a heart of a fucking giant. I'm like, I can fight him. Yeah, it didn't work out that way.
Khamzat Chimaev also shows a fearless mindset, viewing no opponent as intimidating and believing every fighter works with the same basic tools, which shapes how he approaches each fight.
Can somebody in the division be a problem for you right now?
No, I don't think so. Why should I be fear of somebody? So, he has 2 legs, 2 hands, 1 head.
Just like you?
Yeah, not like me.
What do you have that they don't have?
They know. They feel it. Who fought against me, they feel it. So, yeah, I don't care about these guys, use anyone. Just like I was telling you, just makes me happy. If I see the body in the cage, it makes me happy, because if I beat him up, I take a couple of minutes home. So why should I be ready for that?
Expressing their thoughts on the matchup, Joe Rogan and his panel break down the Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev matchup, calling it a must-watch fight.
What do you guys think about Khamzat and Strickland?
Well, let me tell you.
This comes down to Strickland's motivation.
Well, I mean, you got to be motivated.
I was getting ready to say, you better
get. Yeah, but I mean, he's worked with him before. I mean, I know they say that Khamzat submitted him, but if you hear Strickland talk about it, they were doing positional rounds
drills
when you're starting on the back.
Started on his back.
I mean, come on. But I think when they moved around, I think he feels pretty confident with it. He's a hard guy to keep down, Sean.
Yeah.
And
cardio is going to be on point.
Who made Khamzat look human? Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman. I mean, they made him look human, And Drakus, again, you don't want to see that rematch. But
take the fifth round.
But in that 5th round, he did get into some decent positions. He just got reversed right away. I mean, Sean, if there's any bit of blood in the water, he's a finisher. You know what I mean? He'll stay on him if he's hurt at all. He's durable. I mean, and everybody's saying how underrated his grappling is, the guys that are working with him.
Joe Rogan highlights Sean Strickland's fighting style as unusually difficult to deal with, pointing to his awkward movement, steady jab, and unorthodox striking patterns. He notes that Strickland's rhythm and defensive awareness make him hard to hit cleanly.
So, I mean,
that's all I've heard too. And he's so hard to hit, man. He's got a weird style. It's very weird. Right. It picks you up, and he's really good at moving back away from shots
circling
and countering.
out while the hands are in your face.
Yeah,
too.
It's weird. He also throws like looping shots on purpose sometimes. Like you would think it's bad technique, but he's like finding a way around your guard.
Yeah,
and he's catching you with weird stuff. And his fucking jab is on point. That fluffy fight.
Were you calling that one?
No.
I was there for that, and you could hear it. Like, you don't always hear that.
Yeah, he was
you could
Fluffy.
hear the thud in his jab when Fluffy was blocking him, and it was hard.
Yeah, he
it
was mixing
heavy.
his kicks in there well. He's gonna have to watch that.
And he
though,
wasn't
Khamzat.
getting hit, man. The thing about him, if you watch him when he's on point, he's so fucking hard to hit. He just fucked up with Alex. Like, you just can't make any mistakes with Alex.
Meanwhile, Khalil Roundtree Jr. expresses excitement for Khamzat Chimaev's return, saying fans will see the truth of the hype once he defends his belt and competes again at the highest level.
Intensity's gone up. We're just a little bit more deliberate in what we're doing in training. I can feel the growth just by being surrounded by the guys that we have here. I feel the growth in myself. I feel like I'm getting more and more ready to fight. I'm sure it can happen pretty soon. So when that call does come, I'll be ready and prepared. But everything's been great. The guys are locked in and sharp, and I'm really excited for Khamzat to come back and defend his belt and show the world everything that we say of him, everything that we tell you guys about. You'll see it, and I'm excited for that moment to happen.
Sean O'Malley weighs in on a potential Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland matchup, pointing to the exhausting nature of Chimaev's wrestling-based approach. He suggests Strickland could find opportunities if he survives the constant pressure, while still acknowledging how hard it is to deal with that style.
I feel like I just want to say, Khamzat's going to win. He's going to take him down. He's going to, whether he holds him down or beats, ground and pound or finds a submission. But part of me's like, it's 25 minutes. Strickland's got a crazy gas tank, but we've never really seen his gas tank's so good, but it's never been, at least that I can remember, been tested in a sense to where he is getting taken down and having to work his way up. And then he gets taken down again and have to work his way up, because that shit's fucking exhausting. Like that's the most exciting thing. Like when I fought Merab the second time, in that third round, he took me down. I got up like 4 or 5 times, and it's just exhausting to keep getting back up. And
it affects your striking,
affects
makes you
everything.
second guess things.
Yeah, so I'm curious, but I would love to see fucking Khamzat take down Strickland, just get back up and bring it to Khamzat and just be a war. But if anyone's gonna be able to do it, it's gonna be a guy like Sean Strickland. So it is hard to say. I do feel like Khamzat could has a higher probability to win, but Sean Strickland, if anyone's gonna be able to fucking somehow say fuck it and beat it.
Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley joked that a fight with Sean Strickland would only be boring if Khamzat Chimaev totally takes control. He compared it to Chimaev's battle with Dricus du Plessis, noting that while Strickland brings heat, Chimaev's relentless style could turn the fight into non-stop action.
I just can't imagine Strickland being a boring fight. And I guess I could, because Khamzat could be that dominant, could put him on his back, and Strickland not really wrestle up because you don't want to get in the front headlock. He doesn't want to give up his back. Just kind of lays on his. I don't know, but it's definitely possible this is going to be a similar fight to DDP. But I feel like Sean's going to make it fun, crack him.
How much does we haven't really seen Strickland grapple that much. I've seen him in the gym with clips, whatnot. He looks like he can grapple pretty proficiently.
He's known for being a really good grappler. Definitely haven't seen it much in fights that I can think of, but I feel like I've always heard of how good Sean Strickland wrestling, grappling is. We're definitely gonna find out how fucking good it is.
Khamzat Chimaev holds the advantage in the matchup, provided he stays composed throughout the fight. Luke Rockhold notes that forcing positions or overcommitting to control could be costly, and instead points to a more effective approach built on mixing attacks, landing damage, and resetting with discipline.
I think Khamzat needs to relax and to fight a full fight. You gotta flow. You gotta get takedowns, but not hold on to takedowns. You gotta throw hands. Get a takedown, throw hands, and not hold tight. You just gotta relax. He's got the hands. He's got to be able to change levels. You can't just glue to Sean Strickland. You can get your takedowns, you do your damage, and then you reassess the fight. You can't commit to holding that guy down. He's very hard to hold down. So Khamzat relaxes. He wins this fight everywhere.
On the other hand, John Anik argues that Sean Strickland's best chance against Khamzat Chimaev comes from staying composed and fighting within his natural rhythm. He points to Strickland's history in high-pressure fights and his tough, proven mindset, saying those qualities could keep him competitive beyond just defending takedowns.
Take out the body a little bit early. What do you think is the key here for Sean to have a real shot up outside of just stopping the takedown?
Well, the key is maybe not a lot of those things, to not really overthink what he's going to do during fight week. Just be who you are, which certainly is going to be promotionally probably at his best and ripping from all cords. I think he has a really good chance just because of all the experience that he's accrued in all sorts of different situations, winning the belt, putting it on the line a few months thereafter, stepping up for the UFC in a number of different occasions, and fights people don't talk about against Abus Magomedov and Nassourdini Mavov. None of these guys are easy to beat. So I think that Sean draws a lot of strength from that experience, certainly his familiarity with Chimaev. These are all encouraging signs.
Chael Sonnen views the Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland matchup as one that could end very quickly due to Chimaev's fast, aggressive starts. He explains that if Strickland can withstand the early surge, Chimaev may need to adjust his approach as the fight progresses.
It is very difficult for me to imagine Chimaev can't go out and tackle somebody. Why? Well, because every Chimaev fight I've seen, he has gone out and tackled somebody quickly, repeatedly. But it's very hard for me to imagine that he's going to just throw Sean Strickland down. Nobody else has. Kamaru Usman didn't. Just for example of great wrestlers. I have seen Sean in the practice room. Just for example, in practice room stories are very, very relevant. Like, you'll see a different side of a guy in a practice room. When a guy goes into a fight, he's going to go with plan A. And he will never go to plan B, ever, unless plan A doesn't work.
Chael Sonnen further breaks down the stylistic matchup between the two, pointing to Strickland's strong defensive work against prolonged ground control and Chimaev's relentless grappling pressure. He adds that the fight could expose Chimaev's effectiveness early, with a possible finish coming in the opening round.
I've never in the practice room seen somebody go throw Sean Strickland down and keep him there. Ever. Not for one single round, not ever. I've seen him taken down. I've seen him start on bottom. I have never seen him taken down and kept there. Adversely, I've never seen Chimaev not take somebody down and keep them there. I mean, do you see where this is interesting? Like, it's a very classic battle. And it's not the classic battle of striker versus grappler, but it is the classic battle of, can Chimaev, whose plan A is to take you down, work? And if it doesn't, can we necessarily count him out? No. We don't actually know that, but we will know in the very first round.
Moreover, Joe Pyfer supports Sean Strickland in a potential clash with Khamzat Chimaev, citing the stylistic differences and competitive tension between them. He recognizes Chimaev's dominant wrestling and early pressure, but believes Strickland can survive the initial surge and grow stronger as the fight moves deeper.
I'm excited to see it. I think these guys got true beef. I think Sean Strickland's a good fighter. I think Khamzat's an excellent wrestler and a good fighter. He's got aura about him. He's fun to watch. And yeah, I think I'm really excited for that. I do have Sean Strickland in my heart winning. So I don't know if he'll win because, Khamzat's a different level of wrestling. But I think Sean can kind of survive the storm if he doesn't get submitted in the first round. Obviously, I think he can win that fight. So I think he's got better wrestling than DDP does. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really good fight, man. They're two of the best for a reason. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's a good fight.
However, Colby Covington views this matchup as a bad style pairing for Sean Strickland, mainly because of Khamzat Chimaev's pressure-heavy wrestling. He questions Strickland's current competitive edge and suggests his focus may have shifted away from elite-level ambition. In Covington's view, Chimaev's control on the mat would likely shut the fight down before it ever becomes competitive.
Does he beat Sean Strickland?
I think he beats Sean, yeah. I think that Sean's, at the end of his career looking for one last paycheck, so I think he takes him down and makes it look pretty easy.
Aljamain Sterling also rates Khamzat Chimaev as the stronger pick in this matchup due to his improved preparation and overall skill development. He points out Sean Strickland's toughness and persistence, which could become important if Chimaev's pace drops in the later rounds. Even with Chimaev's proven 5-round cardio, Sterling considers the fight competitive enough that Strickland still has a chance to pull off an upset.
I would imagine the favorite coming into this would be Khamzat by obvious reasons. But I know these guys train with each other a bunch. And Strickland was very vocal in trying to get this fight. And it leads me to believe that there's something there that he feels he can kind of take advantage of. Yeah. But I would imagine the Khamzat that wasn't training the way he's training now, with the new coaches that he has and all that, where he kind of gasses out a little bit, that would be a more favorable matchup for Strickland. But now, even in the matchup with DDP, he was able to show that he can go 5 rounds. So That's a tough one for me. It's really a toss-up. If I had a bet, I would go with the favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if Strickland was able to surprise us. Yeah. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that, and I'm looking forward to the fight.
MMA Guru describes Khamzat Chimaev as nearly untouchable right now due to his rapid improvement and dominance. Sean Strickland may create brief openings with wrestling, but Chimaev's continued evolution keeps him ahead. His 5-round fight with Dricus du Plessis is also seen as a key experience that boosted his confidence for this matchup.
It's hard to pick against Khamzat Chimaev right now. I do think Strickland has the wrestling game to make it a little bit more of a challenge, but man, it's hard to go against Khamzat Chimaev, and he's only going to be getting better as well. Now that he's a world champion, he's had a lot of time to recover, a lot of time to develop his game. 5 rounds with Dricus du Plessis, that's valuable experience. He'd never been 5 rounds. I don't think he'd ever had a 5-round fight booked. Maybe he had on some like weird circumstance, but I don't think he had. And if he did, he finished it in round 1. He'd never been 5 rounds before. That's very good experience against a great fighter like Dricus du Plessis, who has wins over Sean Strickland.
So, that's all we have from today's video, and we hope you have enjoyed it. Share your thoughts about this exciting matchup in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more of the latest updates about this epic clash.